Hi, this is Alisa from One Extraordinary Marriage. I want to take a moment to talk to you about a powerful way that I may be able to help you and your marriage. See, I've personally worked with countless couples as a marriage coach over the past 5 years, especially with the strategy sessions approach that I'm going to share with you here over the next few minutes. This is a bit of a novel approach that I have developed and honed over the last few years. It's an approach that, in my experience, works for the vast majority of couples who take on this program. Now, I may not yet know your particular marriage situation, but rest assured that regardless of the kind of problems that you and your spouse are experiencing in your marriage, I am confident that this coaching program can help, no matter how challenging or even hopeless things may appear right now. If you and your spouse have the right mindset, there is a fighting chance. First, let me tell you a bit about myself and why I even became a marriage coach in the first place. I'm a woman in my early 40s who has been married to Tony, my husband and coaching partner, for almost 2 decades now. For most of the first decade, our marriage experienced literally every trial and challenge imaginable. The kind of stuff that can, quite frankly, bring any marriage to its knees. Everything ranging from pornography addiction, poor finances, and even the loss of a child. We went through it all and then some. By the time we had reached our 11th year, it was clear that our marriage was at a very critical crossroads. There was apathy, no real communication to speak of, alienation, despair. We were more like 2 indifferent roommates rather than the loving couple we once were. For Tony, it was clear that we had to take drastic action if our marriage was going to have any chance of surviving. Tony told me that we needed to do everything we could to save our marriage starting now. Luckily, I agreed and jumped aboard. It was only after going through several months of an intensive process of honesty, self-evaluation, and even painful discussion that things started to change for the better. But it wasn't all bad. One of the challenges was that we commit to 60 uninterrupted days of sex. Needless to say, so many things changed between us in a relatively short period of time. Instead of growing more and more distant, we found ourselves growing closer and closer by the day. Our sex life vastly improved. In fact, it's better than it has ever been. Simply because we gave our marriage the attention that it needed and deserved. We now work together as equal partners. There is mutual respect and fair play between us. We both understand each other better with real unconditional love. And we accept each other's frailties, flaws, and imperfections. To sum it all up, the hard work and dedication completely changed the face of our relationship. And our marriage is stronger than it has ever been. So you're probably asking yourself about now, how did what we went through turn us into marriage coaches? Don't worry, it's a logical question. It all started with an invitation to speak about our marriage experience at a local conference. And that was just the beginning. See, after sharing our story, with brutal honesty no less, we started getting some amazing feedback from people who were able to identify with us and our problems. Before long, we started getting emails and even requests for help or advice. Thanks to my psychology background, I was able to provide some sound advice to many of the people who asked for help. I came to a realization that Tony and I could help even more people. It became crystal clear to me. We could coach others to fix their marriages the way that we fixed ours. I was able to apply my skills, education, and experience, then incorporate it into everything Tony and I have learned in our journey. Surprisingly, it turned into something powerful. And from all that was born a new mission to help other couples with Tony as my partner. After getting some coaching help of our own to put this all together, we developed One Extraordinary Marriage. And since 2009, we have been helping other couples via our blog, podcast, books, courses, and coaching services. In fact, our podcast is currently rated #1 on iTunes for the marriage relationship category. We have a catalog of over 200 episodes with a new one every week. So what makes Tony and I different from other marriage coaches, counselors, and even therapists? I think it's our story. We come from the real trenches. We have faced the kind of challenges that most other couples can relate to and learn from. We don't shy away from the brutal honesty that it sometimes takes to tell it like it is. We also took it upon ourselves to become experts at every facet of marriage coaching. By seeking out the right knowledge and resources and adapting what we know works, we started seeing some amazing results for our clients and students. We've been able to develop an incredible library of effective program materials, courses, and other tools that can help couples make their marriages better. And over the last several years, my personal coaching services have helped countless couples worldwide. And one of the best ways I have been able to help many couples is what I call the strategy sessions. These coaching sessions are designed for the individuals or couples who are serious about taking real action. These are not going to be warm and fuzzy, feel-good conversations. These 60-minute sessions are focused on specific actions that clients can use to initiate real change in their relationships as well as their own lives. Here is something I've noticed. There are many people out there who have read every book, watched every talk show, talked to their friends, family, pastor, counselors, and whoever else, trying to find the right advice to fix their marriage. And they still feel stuck. They haven't found that one thing, that one answer that gets to the heart of the matter, so the real issues can be dealt with. And maybe, just maybe, they can get their marriage back on track. With my specially designed strategy sessions, I will equip you and your spouse with the tools and plan that will work best for your specific situation and set of circumstances. This is not a cookie-cutter, one-size-fits-all solution. I will work with you and your spouse to identify the main problems and create a plan of action. Then, I will give you specific goals and tasks via the strategy sessions to keep you on track to reaching your ultimate goal. Thanks to modern technology, it's super easy to set up a strategy session using phone conferencing or conferencing via Skype. We will record each strategy session so you can replay them at will. This will enable you to review everything that was discussed. Over the course of the planned sessions, you will be given clear steps as well as the tools and strategies to use, then exactly how to implement what you learn. Why do we record the sessions? There are several reasons. First, this allows clients to review their word choices, gauge their tone of voice, and more. For couple sessions, we can use the recordings to review the dynamic and rapport between both parties, There is so much that can be learned this way. The strategy sessions are purposely designed to build on top of what we identified and laid out during previous sessions. So having the earlier sessions recorded for reference purposes is always a big help. By working through a proven process, answering the tough questions, and understanding the value of complete honesty, you will be surprised at how much progress can be made. And best of all, in less time than you may think. You will discover things about yourself that you never knew. And you'll even learn a thing or two new about your spouse. With every new revelation or breakthrough comes a whole new set of solutions. The ultimate goal of the strategy sessions is to get both spouses, if possible and willing, to a healthy place. A place that promotes an effective empowerment dynamic. This will enable you to have the tough conversations, tackle the sticky topics, find solutions, and then work together to make your marriage healthy again. The strategy sessions will help you make your marriage less frustrating, improve communication, improve your overall sex life, establish more time for dating, and more importantly, talking. Build a better bond based on value, appreciation, and understanding, and so much more. Here's what a few past clients of strategy sessions had to say about their experiences. Before coaching with Alisa, my husband and I had gotten to the point that we barely talked and didn't feel connected. It was like we were just making it through the daily tasks, but it didn't feel like a marriage. After just a few calls, we are making lots of progress. We have been intentional about communicating and working together. We are talking a lot more and actually laughing again and having fun with each other. It feels good to see my husband smile. That's from Sarah. My wife and I were having some issues in our marriage and were at the point of either changing our behavior or at serious risk of going our separate ways. Alisa helped us to get to the core of our issues and gave us the tools we need to have an awesome marriage. Our communication is like never before. Our finances are completely transparent and under control. Also, our sex life is booming and we have discovered date night again. If you are on the fence or think marriage coaching isn't for you, I promise that if you are committed to making a change, this is exactly the road you should take. Alisa saved our marriage. From Jeff. For more reviews and testimonials about the Strategy Sessions program, just read below this video after it's done in just a couple more minutes. Okay. So now that you know what the Strategy Sessions program has done for countless couples, what do you think it can do for your marriage? For many couples, just a few sessions armed with the right information and tools can be all it takes to overcome those obstacles that seem so insurmountable just a few days before. The kind of obstacles that challenge, threaten, and even destroy many marriages. It's so vitally important to face the issues and the realities head on. The next important thing to do is, can you guess? Take action. Do what you need to do to start resolving the issues and getting past them. I can assure you of one thing. Putting things off or hoping that things will just get better on their own will get your marriage nowhere fast. Just waiting for the right time or your feelings to change so then you can then take action won't do you or your marriage any favors. It'll just keep you in your comfort zone or the rut your marriage is in now. But nothing will change. In fact, things may just get worse. So Let me make you a challenge. Register below and make an appointment for just one initial strategy session. Let's spend 60 minutes with some straight talk. Let me ask some hard questions and let's get some honest answers. Then let's formulate a plan that will help you and your spouse, if he or she comes aboard, get on the right track. Find out for yourself how serious progress can be made when you tackle the real problems that affect your marriage with real solutions. Thanks to my psychology training and my nature, I'm a keen observer of behavior. I have a way of using those observations to come up with effective strategies as well as specific exercises that will help you and your spouse help yourselves. I'm even able to read people over the phone by the tone of their voice, inflections, and pauses. I don't just listen for what's being said, but also for what is not being said. This approach, my ability to get to the truth, as well as my ability to get people to open up, are just some of the tools that I use to get couples talking the way they're supposed to be. Now, before accepting my challenge, I have to ask a few things from you. 1, no avoiding touchy subjects. We're going to need to get you to talk about everything. 2, you need to commit. Be committed to the process we initiate. It's important that you stay focused and intent on finding solutions to the main problems. 3, you need to be available. Make the necessary time commitment and make sure you're available to give your full attention to both the sessions as well as the exercises I give you and your spouse to work on. And finally, number 4, you need to be coachable. This will require you to put a bit of trust in my ability to gauge the real situation. Let me assess what is happening with your marriage and try to guide you both through the process. This requires letting go a bit and letting your coach, that's me, help lead you to and then past the roadblocks. Agree to these simple terms and I think you will be very surprised at how much ground we can cover in a very short time. I encourage you to take the drastic action that can turn your marriage around right now. Just follow the instructions below to register for your initial strategy session. In just 60 minutes, we will clearly identify the real issues that are dragging your marriage down. Then we will work up an effective strategy that is actionable, direct, practical, easy to implement, and will provide real-life solutions. Let's come up with a winning plan for your marriage in less time and at far lower cost than traditional marriage counseling or therapy. It can be done. So just go below to get this super easy process started. For less than the cost of one night stay at a decent hotel, we can get you on the path to improving or even saving your marriage. I look forward to working with you and your spouse to make your marriage what it deserves to be, an extraordinary one.